Hi everyone. So we were just sitting here chatting again about what we did over the last couple of days, and you see, I'm sitting here with a bottle of water, just being really good. Anyway, so we left Merzuga.
Well, before we left Merzuga, that morning,
yeah. Damian found a 4x4 museum.
Yeah, literally up the road from where we were.
And
We walked to it actually, but we were packed in
Yeah,
to go.
and it was free. It was fucking brilliant to us. There was loads and loads of jeeps there, all really old stuff that used to go out in the desert. But there was one or two in particular that took our notice, wasn't there?
Yeah, I've never seen a double width Jeep. A Jeep Cherokee, I think.
Cherokee, yeah.
Double width. Never saw anything like that.
There was like two of them side by side, stuck together, if you know what I mean, like to make it all one vehicle. It was mad, wasn't it? It wouldn't even fit on a road, that thing.
We got a picture. We put that one up.
Got a picture, yeah. And beside it there was a single.
That was half. It's a half Jeep.
Yeah, they cut a Jeep in half and had a half Jeep.
Just wide enough for one person to sit in. Never saw any one of those either.
So that was good, and we wandered around there, and we took, I don't know, half an hour or so wandering, looking at all the stuff there. And then we went for the photos that we came for, the bikes on the desert. So we rode out onto the desert, just over, well, between where the Black Desert ends and the, what would you call the other desert?
The real desert,
The
Sahara.
Where the other part,
The Sahara.
where the dunes start, because we couldn't go onto the dunes, the bikes would just sink, but the Black Desert was hard enough. And we got the photographs there, which we're very happy with, which kind of pretty much was the whole purpose of all this journey, that was our halfway mark, wasn't it?
That was the turning point. We then started to turn upwards, north, after that. Yeah, that's right. And that was a tough day.
It was a tough day. There was mad winds, wasn't there?
Winds were shocking, and it's got very cold.
Just relying into the wind the whole time going along the bike.
It got really cold. Really cold.
Bitter cold it was. We were heading up towards the snow on the mountains again, and it was miserable. But we arrived in Arashida. Yeah. So what can we say about Arashida?
We weren't overly impressed with Arashida from the beginning. No. We pulled in a big wide open street, a lot of guys hanging around, and we found our Airbnb. It was Airbnb staying at a hotel.
Yeah.
So the hotel had done Airbnb. Yeah. Apparently that's not uncommon, as we found out last night. Now, can we say how much this Airbnb cost? Yeah, that was 2 nights ago. The Airbnb was €16 for both of us.
It wasn't worth €5. It was an absolute shithole.
And it was a hotel.
It was so dirty, and we had to ask for sheets for the bed, we had to ask for towels and all, but it was so dirty and vile that we both slept in our clothes. It was horrible. We didn't want to touch it, and I had sanitizer, and we were using the sanitizer the whole time. It was manky.
Yeah.
Horrendous.
Didn't get a great night's sleep there at all.
Didn't beckon sleep at all,
Felt there was things moving in the mattress underneath me.
Now,
terrible.
Yeah, but some of you will say, why did you stay there then? But there were no other options. Over the eastern side of Morocco, it's not travelled a lot by tourists, and there's not too many options in terms of accommodation, isn't it?
No, that was a hotel.
Yeah,
hard to believe it was so bad. We left a reasonably fair review of how bad it really was.
Yeah, but it was a shithole. Oh God, it was rotten.
And then we did it again last night.
So last night then we headed from Arashida and we headed for a place called Missour. Because the whole idea was to go up the east coast to Ouida, which is right up in the northeast coast. But when we got into Missour, again, we were staying in an Airbnb, and again, the photographs looked fantastic, didn't they?
Yeah.
And the reviews There was no reviews because it was only new to Airbnb, but the photographs looked fantastic and everything else. Once again, it turned out to be
a shithole.
A shithole.
In this instance, it was a 23 or 24 euro shithole.
€24. We went into it. It turned out to be a room in the Titanic Hotel.
What hotel doing the Airbnb?
And it was only then that we looked at, was there any other hotels? There was only one other hotel in the town, and we looked at the reviews for both it and the Titanic, and the other one was even worse than the Titanic. There was literally nowhere else to go, so we had to stay there. Now, it was marginally cleaner, wasn't it? Marginally.
It was. We still had to ask for sheets. We still had to ask for towels. We still had to ask for toilet paper. We did have our own bathroom.
But the thing is, like, you ask for toilet paper, and they actually don't know what you're saying, and you're asking for it in French, and they all speak French, you know. And like, I mean, I've never come across a French person who didn't know what fucking toilet paper was in French, like, or someone who spoke French who didn't know what it was. But they gave us kitchen roll. Yeah. We did have our own bathroom.
Yes.
Ensuite bathroom.
I'm glad I slept furthest away from
it. And I was sleeping next to it, and the smell of the sewer was just vile. Oh, sweet Jesus, it was rotten. I had deodorant spray and I was spraying it all over the place. It was fucking vile, absolute dreadful. But again, we got up early, got the hell out of there, and we...
What about the local? The local that tried to bring us 10 kilometres away.
We met a lad last night. We were having a bite to eat. We were having kind of paninis and chips and this little takeaway place. And this local fella came along and he decided he wanted to bring us off to get a beer. But so far away, we'd have to get a taxi. And of course, we went, not a hope, happening, you know.
No.
You know, so, I mean, after all, like, I'm only drinking water, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, we left there and we decided to go to Fez. So we booked into a 4-star hotel-ish.
Yeah.
I'll scan around now in a minute and let you have a look at it. It's absolutely fabulous. It's called Dar El Galia, Ghalia, Galia. They upgraded us from
triple.
A triple room. They upgraded us to a suite, mini suite. So we armchairs and television. And the bathroom was bigger than the fucking bedroom we were in the last 2 nights.
True.
And there's a balcony outside that we can sit out on if we need to make phone calls or whatever. And then down below then there's a restaurant, but we'll be getting breakfast there for the next 2 nights. And the whole lot came to €100 for the 2 of us, including breakfast for 2 nights, which is excellent. 25 quid a night each, basically. So, yeah, we went walkabout, didn't we, in the Medina?
Yeah.
We walked up to Carrefour and we bought some water.
But today was a tough day in the bikes. Very tough.
Oh, that was tough, yeah. Oh, the road across.
Yes, there's good footage of that.
Yeah.
All the footages, you have all the footage, because my GoPro, I've lost the charger for it. And we started to look around to try and get a charger for it, but so far, no good. But we're going to keep trying. But those roads were...
So that's why my bike doesn't feature very prominently in any of these videos.
Yeah.
Because I'm the only one with a camera. But the roads were crap, weren't they? Oh, Jesus.
Brutal. And we had to take a detour at one point because you were almost out of fuel.
Yeah,
Very close. Very close, actually.
Very close to fuel, yeah.
In the middle of nowhere, really.
In the middle of nowhere. I'll tell you something. We found a place 6-7 kilometres down the road, but we were lucky enough because we hadn't found that place. We were screwed, like. But the roads were like single track road, and there was barely any tarmac on them. And then we were up through the mountain and coming back down the far side. It was real steep, and it was all loose gravel, wasn't it, or stone chips or whatever.
Yeah, it was dangerous at times.
And no barriers, and a sheer drop off the side of it. So it wasn't for the faint-hearted at all. Now it was ropey enough.
So we both use the same GPS. We both use the XT0, and we both think that we have them set for the adventure route rather than, because there has to be a main road into Fez, but we weren't on it.
I wonder is there old bike route on it that we could set for?
We did pull in at some point on those roads.
Yeah.
We were cold and we were full of fuel at this point. We came to a crossroads, saw a tiny little coffee house.
All the kids were out to getting out of school, right?
Kids were out of school, grabbed a few bars, threw down a few bars.
And of course, as soon as we pull up on the bikes, the kids swarm around anyway, don't they?
Yeah. So in we went for coffee, ordered the coffee. We weren't overly impressed with the music that was being played. There was about 5 locals in there, and they were playing their own music, as it happened, through a Bluetooth speaker. So I got my phone, turned on the Irish music,
That was
lashed it up.
No, yours was crap.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. You then...
I went on and I put on some Irish music, and then Damian had a bit of... What's this? Lord of the Dance.
I did.
He did a bit of Lord of the Dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they played our music through their Bluetooth speaker.
Well, I played their music through their Bluetooth speaker.
And they bopped away.
And they did.
With me as well.
Yeah. And they got great crack out, didn't they?
Yeah. So we have a photograph of those guys. Not dancing, unfortunately.
No. And yes, they were happy with the crazy man.
Yes. Yeah, the crazy man who drinks whiskey, apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. Apparently.
Yeah. And then we hit the roads again, and they were nasty roads, but...
Yeah.
But anyway, walking through the Medina here tonight, the thing about the Medina is it's all narrow streets, and it's an absolute maze. You would get lost in a feckin' blink. And you think to yourself, I have a great sense of direction, not a hope. You will get lost.
Absolutely.
And you put on Google Maps, and it's not very accurate because of the height of the buildings and that. So you're kind of hoping that it works. But there are young fellas hanging around everywhere, like early teens, and they're hanging around the whole time. Now, they're not going to rob you, but what they will do is they'll bring you to where you want to go. So if you say you want to go to such and such a hotel, they'll say, come with me, I'll show you the way. And the whole idea then is you give them a few bob, right? But they're looking for maybe 10 or 20 dirhams, and 20 dirhams is like €2. But it can get a bit annoying after a while because they just don't leave you alone. Like you're walking around and they do not leave you alone. They keep harassing you, and we just keep saying, no, wait, no, because you don't want to be harassed the whole time,
We found that before.
We did.
When we were in Morocco, that it doesn't matter where you are or what you're doing. Somebody will appear from somewhere. We've been in the middle of nowhere. And a guy's appeared saying, are you looking for somewhere? But they always have the hand out. Always expected to give them something for
their
information
services.
Or for services.
Yeah. But tomorrow...
Oh yeah, we're here for 2 nights.
Yeah, so we're here for 2 nights. So tomorrow we've got breakfast in the morning, Brad. Finishes at 10 o'clock, so that's grand. We'll go down about 9:45. And then we're going to go out wandering around.
See the sights of Fez.
See the sights of Fez. We might see if we can find some beer somewhere. And
more beer?
Well, we haven't had a beer since we left Marrakesh.
But the Moroccan beer is not good.
No, but it's
still not good at all.
We haven't had a beer since Marrakesh.
That's why, because it's crap.
Right, and we're drinking Moroccan wine.
Yeah.
Sorry, water.
Moroccan water.
Anyway, that's the plan for tomorrow. And Damian has to get a camel.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. So we did put something up about this, but the 2 guys that live on the back of our bikes before it was away. The guy I gave a lift to when he ran out of petrol was getting off the back of my bike, and he gave poor old Christy a roundhouse and knocked the bollocks out. Poor old Christy landed on the fucking deck in 20 pieces, and we thought that was the end of it. But in fairness to him, when we were having tea with his uncle, he put it back together.
He did.
With the best glue, apparently, according to him, and glued it back on. Yeah. And in fairness, it looked great.
It's amazing how the best glue just fell apart, isn't it?
Yeah, okay. So that was down to the rattling going on the bikes, I suppose.
Is your bike that rattly?
Well, bumpy.
Oh, right. I'd fix that if I were you.
Oh, yeah. So we, at one point we pulled into this old mud village.
Yeah.
Did some footage on that.
And a fella came over to us.
Oh God, he appeared out.
Yeah, we're only in the fucking place 1-2 seconds. This fella came over.
Yeah.
You know.
So we were pulling out of there, and Neil shouts and turn around, and poor old Christy again is killed in action. He's now
KIA.
He's past it now, really.
KIA in Morocco.
Yeah. So my back box is featureless at the moment. His is still, what's his name on him?
Patrick is still there.
Patrick is still there. Has minded the bike for the last 4 months for us.
Yeah.
So I have to replace Christy with a camel. We've seen a few little leather camels. Rubbish. We need either a wooden camel or a plastic camel and screw them on. So we got to look out for that tomorrow. Plus the charger.
Yeah.
And the sights.
Yep.
And the beer.
So we're here for 2 nights, and then when we leave here, we're going to head towards Nador.
Yeah.
Nador is the port where we're getting the ferry back to Spain. We'll probably do 1 night in Nador.
Yeah, it looks big.
Yeah, so
we're looking out for somewhere decent to
have a look at
night.
a decent hotel the last night in Morocco, because we don't want any more crap.
Yeah, enough crap.
Right, okay, that's grand. I'll just turn this around and just show you the room that we're in. So you can see it's kind of big. Bathroom is over there. This is the sitting area we were in, and there's no point in going out into the thing outside. It's all the lights are out. So yeah, it's pretty big. We've got heating and all sorts of stuff. So
by the way, there is one other thing I want to mention. I have to take umbrage.
Umbridge.
I have to take umbrage with Neil because.
Hold on a second. Who's Umbridge?
I have to take umbrage with Neil because he hasn't produced his flute on this trip. Now, Neil is well known for producing his flute on every trip he goes on. In fact, the last time we were in Morocco, you produced your flute, didn't you? We got a free dinner out of it.
Yeah, that was in Casablanca.
Yeah, Casablanca.
No, that was Chef Chow when we got the free food.
It was our first night.
What I did, I played in, yeah.
So, we have to get Neil to produce a flute before we leave Morocco. Have you got your flute there?
No.
You told me all the stuff on the bike is in here.
It's in the back box. No, I'm not going to produce the flute.
Okay, you call it a recorder. Everyone else Everyone else calls it a flute.
I was thinking more of Spain.
Okay.
You know, we could have a crack in Spain.
So we have that to look forward to. When you're going to produce a flute in Spain.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have to declare it?
Well, I'm probably the only person in the world who can take the flute out without getting arrested.
Right, but you have to declare it. Do you have to pay duty on it?
No.
Okay.
And on that note, goodbye.